we have got NoT today against the anime gods themselves, MSS, Ritsu and Co. It's Cloud9 playing over on the Radiant side, recently victorious in the qualifiers for the Frankfurt Major. They're now here taking on the South American squad that is NoT today, who are in the quarterfinals after an upset over Team Leviathan. So we've got a game one of our best of three. We've got a lot of actions today in the Americas. Starting things off is this C9 versus NoT today match. Then later on, I think it's Complexity versus Root, followed by High Council of Wizards and Priests, I believe, taking on who are they taking on? The Elite Wolves. So three potentially quite close matches all happening today. Hope you guys are looking forward to a good day of American Dota as we'll start things off here. Game one draft underway. Cloud9 going to have the bans targeted at Doom and Shadowfiend, Anti-Mage and Alchemist banned by NoT today, and Ember Spirit first pick. I'm sure it's a bit of a block pick when you're playing against Ritsu. Definitely a hero that's kind of risen to prominence, especially in the European and American scene as far as what this hero has to offer. And they round things off with their opening picks with the Tusk. So a bit of versatility there, can go towards the offlane, can also be played in that support role. Over on the C9 side, picking up a Venom Nightstalker. Interesting to see emphasis put on the Venomancer, even without the Alchemist. Definitely a hero I feel benefits most from being played as a core. When put in the support role, I feel you really need that Alchemist to help him get a later Aghanim Scepter, or you need to be playing him more as a greedy support, going for that Midas so you can later farm up an Aghanim Scepter. So definitely a hero I feel like will fall off, and you need to putting a decent amount of farm on to be kind of having an impact on the game. So we'll see what comes out next as far as these picks and bans are concerned. And the Nightstalker pick, also a bit of flexibility there as far as where this hero can be ran. Sometimes in the offlane, sometimes you see it as that 4-position support. So we'll see exactly what it's going to be for this game here. As NoT today ban out the AA, a support that Theban 1437 has been running very frequently, putting a lot of priority on as well. We've seen even first 2-pick AA coming out from Cloud9 G2A. So we'll see exactly what the decision is going to be as far as the next couple of picks for these two teams. Husker banned out from C9, definitely something you're always wary of going into the second stage. We've seen teams pull out that Husker Dazzle third, fourth, and kind of reminiscent of the old IO Tiny, and always very pesky if you haven't got heroes ready to beat it, and you can kind of third pick the Dazzle and then suddenly the Husker comes up fourth. Also similar to like a Brood catching you by surprise, which is a hero on the pool. We could definitely see a Brood come out from either of these two teams. I'd say more likely NoT today. C9 not known for their Brood play, although MSS is capable of putting one in if should the draft call for it. And, well, there's actually the Dazzle ban. So another target ban at Theban's heroes, the AA first, now the Dazzle. To see where they look to kind of go towards for his hero. Often Brad will be on that mid-core Venomancer, and I guess possibility you run it as a support now that the options are somewhat more limited. But the other kind of hero I've seen him been playing fairly frequently is the Witch Doctor. So Witch Doctor can always come out as a potential backup for the Theban 5-position support. I say 5-position, this guy gets a ton of farm, and actually kind of it's not really a clear kind of hierarchy between him and SVG. A lot of games there is more farm priority going towards 1437, depending on kind of what hero he's on and how he's going to end up playing it, with SVG playing a bit more selflessly, roaming around the map. We've seen him play heroes like Tusk, Earthshaker. Potentially this game he's on the Nightstalker since that's the roaming hero, which if that is the case, I imagine there's more emphasis on his farm since you want to get the Nightstalker Midas Ags, or even just the Ag Scepter on its own. So we'll see. Right now, Cloud9 ban out Spirit Breaker. That's their last ban. Now they've got a pick coming their way. No real signs of what Ritsu's hero may be. The big one's banned out, his Anti-Mage, and the Ember Spirit taken away themselves. So we'll see TA picked up. Well, Brax loves TA, and C9 themselves run a lot of this hero. Does mean Brax will not be on the mid Venomancer, putting that over onto either the offlane, a support role, potentially a dual lane in the offlane with the Nightstalker. And we'll see exactly what the NoT today's response will be as far as dealing with a TA. They've got the Ember Spirit, but not necessarily a matchup he's going to win against the TA. Very low armor, not exactly able to contest the farm too well. I think you'd much prefer to put the Ember Spirit in the safe lane than mid against the TA, although there's definitely worse lanes and matchups for an Ember Spirit than the TA, but definitely not one you'd particularly want to say, oh yeah, they've picked TA, let's just send our Ember mid, we've got the counter. Not so easy, so more likely we see them go for a Wind Ranger type hero for the mid lane. Just something a bit more lane control oriented for them. And Jakiro gets picked up. I like this. We're seeing more and more of the Jakiro, sometimes against the Tusk, which they've actually got themselves, but just having that line AoE, always nice against lineups that are trying to run at you, and in this case, great against the Refraction. Have the Liquid Fire, Macro Pyre, and just lots of damage over time. It's a solid tanky support, which is something you might need against heroes like Nightstalker, and Darkseer comes out. There's the MSS pick. Surprised to actually see Darkseer still in the pool, and always look at like, what are you iron shelling here in the mid game? Like, you reach that 10 to 15 minute stage, you're looking to fight a lot. Who's got the iron shell on them? Who's actually fighting? And you put an iron shell on a Nightstalker during nighttime, around that 12 to 16 minute mark. A lot of damage can come out. You put it on the TA as well. TA can go for like more of a mobility build if you really want, but even just naturally has the movement speed advantage over opponents using the psionic traps. So it feels like a very good Darkseer game here. Haven't got really great AoE follow-up, but just their mid-game looks pretty potent with a Surge, Iron Shell, Templar Assassin chasing people down. Same for the Nightstalker. And not today pick up the Queen. So there's your mid hero. Not going to be the Wind Range I mentioned, but something with a similar kind of line of thought. Has good lane control, can farm well in the mid lane, and then transitions pretty well in the mid game. Actually better than Wind Ranger as far as rotating to gank and offer a bit more damage output in a fight. Wind Ranger kind of more carry oriented in some ways. Well, I don't know. Wind Ranger, Queen of Pain carry in their different ways. Queen of Pain more burst damage and magic damage focus, whereas the Wind Ranger is more physical damage and less bursty. At least similar burst in the early game when they've got Power Shot versus Scream, but Sonic Wave comes online and it suddenly becomes a different story between those two heroes. So we'll see. Last picks, last bands now coming out. Cloud9 have got bands targeted towards the offlane. There we go. Broodmother. So let's say the Tusk could be support or in that offlane role, and they've also got the Jakiro, so another kind of flex here. I wouldn't be slightly even expecting one of these two to play that offlane farming role. Jakiro, not a hero. I feel like you can just play as a safe lane 5 position support. You want to get some farm on him, or at least play him as a 4 position in the offlane. Tusk Jakiro lane not out of the question, and then it's kind of a question of what safe lane support you want to run. But Brood always a pesky hero to deal with regardless, even when you've got a Dark USC band out.
10 seconds.
So, last pick now for C9. We'll see what exactly 1437 is going to be snagging up here. Their last match before they head off, they're going to MLG this weekend, so C9 have a big few days ahead of them, having just qualified for Frankfurt. They're off to MLG, then they're off to Nanyang in Singapore, and this match is one of many on their road to, well, potentially quite a few big-name tournaments with, so far, a very successful run in the Summit 4. Only one spot for the American teams as far as the qualifiers go, so we'll have to see if that's going to be something that they can look to kind of add to their repertoire of tournaments that they're going to with great success elsewhere. Oh, here we go. Necrophos comes out from Cloud9, and that's going to be the Ritsu hero. Something tanky, doesn't give them a huge amount of actual carry potential, but they don't necessarily need that. They've got the TA who can dish out the physical damage, and this is just like that deletion option that you have coming out from Necrophos. And I'm not entirely sure why Winter Wyvern was banned. I feel like that was not the hero you want to be taking out. They were obviously suspecting the Venomancer to be played as a core, a safe lane farming Venomancer for Ritsu. Something we've seen a few teams do, but that, I don't know, I just feel like they had a lineup which isn't scared the core safe lane farming Venomancer. This pick is much more problematic for them. They answer with an Omni Knight, so the repel into the equation can possibly help against the Reaper's Scythe. We'll see what comes from the Omni pick. As far as the lanes go, good synergy with the Tusk. You snowball in, you've got a Purification to follow. You can get that Hill Bomb off. And something I'm curious see how it comes into play. And I'm also seeing, I think, some role swaps here. It's going to be Schofield, Mr. 8K MMR, Dota 2 leaderboards American champion, playing the Ember Spirit. He was actually playing support for a while for this team, I believe. Let's see if I can quickly check that. But I think last time I checked out, because I just remember like, oh, he's obviously the name you'll recognize if you follow the matchmaking leaderboards. If I can actually find this team on Dota Buff. But yeah, as I last recall, he was playing on that support role. So we'll help ourselves into the game. Quick pause coming out from C9, and hopefully nothing too bad. Gives me a time to just check what I was about to look for. So let's see if I can find these guys. Dota Buff teams, maybe. Okay, not sure if I can get this happening. So yeah, lane-wise, Omni, I guess, going to be a secondary support for the team. Not exactly a great zoning hero to put with the Ember here, but Ember is pretty self-sufficient in lane if he is going to be going to that safe lane. The other option is you send someone like the Queen to the safe lane and put the Ember mid if you feel confident in that Ember player to be able to at least hold his own against a Templar Assassin. What are you doing, Queen? Oh, Queen. What on earth? So, I'm going to look at some of their previous matches here and see what they've been running. So, last time it was Leviathans versus NoT. Today it was... Okay, so Schofield was playing core heroes. He had a game of Darkseer, and he had a game of Invoker, so he has been playing core for the most part. Goody, or Fan of Soyan, the support, who will be taking over the Omni Knight this game. So nothing too crazy or unexpected there. There's Iwo, who is known largely for his carry play on the Queen of Pain. I don't know if that means it will be going towards the safe lane or something where they're swapping up the roles a bit. I'll wait and see. So, BDX on Jakiro, likely to be, I guess, at least in the lane with the Tusk. You put the Omni in the safe lane with whoever he wants to be with, maybe kind of just moving around. You just want to have him sit behind whoever you feel is in most danger. And for now, not today. Having a bit of a pause. Actually, they've reconnected. It looks like C9s are the ones who just need to sort things out here. In game one of our best of three, one of many games that we have today here in the Americas for the Summit 4. We'll be following this one up with Complexity taking on Root Gaming. Then we head over to High Council of Wizards and Priests up against Elite Wolves. So, bit of a, I don't want to say grudge match, but a rematch from the Group A of the Frankfurt Majors qualifiers. Oh, good thing I got a lot of Gatorade to pound me through this cast. It's been a long few days with the Majors. 4 days of non-stop action, and, well, it never ends. We've got Summit 4, which is always a lot of fun. It's good to be able to actually get the Summit 4 back underway now that the qualifiers are over. And we'll see this game underway soon. So the Brax CA, definitely a staple that we saw C9 go towards the third, fourth pick throughout the Frankfurt Majors. As for the rest of it, MSS on Darkseer, a hero he'll be very comfortable with, and it will be 1437, actually handing the Night Stalker with SVG on the support Venomancer. So they've been taking this slightly, both supports wanting a decent amount of farm, and C9 are normally very good about getting their supports farm. They'll rotate cores into the jungle early often, and we'll see both, not even just one of their supports get farmed, but often both of the two supports. So as far as this opening goes, pretty standard stuff. It looks like NoT today, a bit slower to move out. Won't be getting down that early offlane ward here, and if anything, puts C9 in a good position to scout it out and stop any shenanigans from happening. So, see if I can just quickly fix one or two camera settings. Where's my smooth drag? Smooth drag. Wonderful, wonderful. That's what I need. Okay. Yeah, it looks like SVG going for the hard support here on the Venomancer, and no items whatsoever. I'm guessing that means we're seeing boots first, Night Stalker. Yeah, so this is something occasionally will come out. one support will just buy absolutely everything, so you can get a boots first on someone like a Night Stalker, who, even with it starting as daytime, is very tanky. 5 base armor, 600 HP, doesn't need the stats from branches, and can just tank it up, and benefits a lot from the early movement speed, even without having the Hunter and the Knight. So he'll be looking just to move around early, keep the supports busy, even potentially put some pressure on the mid lane, where it will be Ember mid. So Schofield going to be going mid up against Brax on the TA, puts the Darkseer in the offlane up against the Queen of Pain, and possibly frees up the supports. Queen of Pain can manage pretty well 1v1 against Darkseer. Not a lane where you're going to stop the Darkseer from farming. You've kind of got a few options. You go for the Shadow Strike and try and really harass Darkseer out of lane, or you can just go for like the Blink Scream build, which you even sometimes see. You're seeing that Quap's actually gone level 1 Blink. I guess wanted to get out to this offlane fast, but the early ward still managed to, I believe, go down undetected. MSS TP top and managed to plop it down very, very early. So here we go. First bounty rune coming out, and it will be MSS on the Darkseer, scouting this one out. He should not be going for it. And we'll get Ice blocked here. They ping him out. Do they actually march forward? He pops an Iron Chill on himself. Blink forward from Ewo. He's actually blocked. That's a great Ice Shards, and they're going to get first blood off of this. MSS brought down. First blood goes to the Ember. The mid-hero getting first blood. Bounty rune. Up to 440 gold. Fantastic start. Couldn't ask for a better one. Coming out for NoT today. Well, that's going to see both supports that look like rotate towards bottom. Well, I say both supports. Shakira is being played as a core. Unfortunately, another pause coming out here. NoT today. A few problems. No problem at all, they say. And that gives me a second to turn off what I want to turn off. Let's see if I can find it. Display network information. There we go, guys. There we go. No more. Now we won't be covering up the title bar. What is going on here? Looks like we're having a few issues on the stream. Let me see if I can get those fixed up. Here we go. Let's try and fix it up. It may be a bit better in a second here. So. They're in the way. They're in our TeamSpeak. Great. I'm not using TeamSpeak. I'm obviously solo casting right now, but okay. All right, no problem. No problem. Oh man. So hopefully, yeah, sorry about some of the FPS issues, guys. What's happening here? Sometimes since I've had to sort through this. Okay. Should be hopefully a little better now, guys. I've killed off a few things which may have been causing that, but see if we can get it to work a bit better. Got K-pop coming in and letting me know as well. Let me see. I might quickly take things down, guys, and put it back up just to try and get this sorted, but feel free to refresh the stream in a second and we'll hopefully get it fixed. Alrighty guys, welcome back. Hopefully that has sorted itself out and it will be a bit smoother. I'm not entirely sure if I'll fix everything. Let me know in the chat if things are looking really ugly. But First Blood did go not today's way. It looks like they're ready to get back underway. And Cloud9 giving up an early First Blood. Top room was not MSS's friend. He was a bit too close, and the iShard's block on the higher ground take him out. So we'll be a dual lane for both teams in the offlane. But DDX and Good coming down bottom. We'll see MSS joined up top by the Nightstalker, and definitely expecting 1437 to probably look to roam off this lane fairly early on. Not really a situation where he wants to be just leeching the Darkseer's experience too much. Darkseer will be able to get some decent early game farm here, though, with the Nightstalker's help, because it looks like, at least for now, us stacking the jungle. I'm going to help create farm for Quap/Ember to get later on. And we will see what comes next. As far as these two teams are concerned, it's going to be SVG jungling up, and as I say jungling, just going for a little double. DDX coming in to contest it and just leech the experience, trying to make sure some of these last hits don't get denied by neutrals. SVG himself. The worst case scenario is actually the neutrals. What a lot of people may not realize is when those neutrals get the last hits, you get 0 XP. If the Venom denies them, you're at least getting some of the experience. Looks like the sentry placed on the high ground there. Not going to successfully catch MSS's ward, which was placed further up. Blink up, high ground. He always wants out of this Iron Shell action. So Braxon did 15-7. Oh my gosh, look at these last hits. 15 last hits. I think he's missed 1 CS so far. Ember, meanwhile, struggling, had 3 CS, now gets up to 4 with that last end of the tower. Oh boy, is Brax dominating this mid lane. The bottle comes out now. Did go for a rip first to help him out in this lane, but he has absolutely crushed this lane. And we'll see if there's any help coming his way. Veno now pressuring mid as well, has a double damager and Gale at the ready. Got to be a bit careful here. SVG looking for that Gale, just going to throw out a DD strike. Gets a couple right clicks off. Now the Gale, no snowball. He's gone for the Ice Shards level 1 and he's not level 2 yet. Just barely managed to get it. The snowball won't come out. He even uses his main go. Oh no, SVG. Brax saves his life by taking the creep wave. What a good buddy. Helps him out, and Brax will continue his destruction over this mid lane, getting a kill now to add to his CS. Elsewhere at top, Ewo put under a lot of pressure on his tower. 1437 is going to come in, force another blink. He'd be coming up, but that's not really going to scare off 14 I don't feel. And Ewo's got no blink. The Endshell's there. The surge forward, all blocked by a nice Ice Shards. Not today. Salvage that, and they may look for more. They've got a snowball forward if they want to get aggressive. It's going to be Ewo still in trouble. He gets a scream out. MSS though. Sal takes a tower hit. That'll cancel it. Another void comes out. So at least get the Quap. 1437. Be careful. Back off, my friend. Has a few tangos. Ice Shards at the ready, but just level 1. Doesn't look like he's going to go for that kill. Meanwhile, mid, they've gone in on Schofield. Meld, one more right click. SVG's rotated once again. Found another kill. Gets a board off as well onto the high ground. Oh boy. C9 may have been up an early First Blood, but that did not matter one bit at all. Ember had bounty ranked First Blood and is getting destroyed by Brax at mid.
Time.
I'll have to see what the kind of, I don't want to say comeback, but what kind of adjustments you make if you're not today to kind of either shore up the mid lane for the Ember or the safe lane for the Quap. The two core heroes who are most important to your draft are getting heavily pressured. The Ember and Quap both having a rough start, and there hasn't really been any damage done to Rizzo's Necrophos. He's had a fine time at bottom lane. This is going to be nice rotation. Goody in, turns around the gank. They get both Brax and 1437. Great TP from Goody. If you weren't a fan of Soin, you're a fan of him now, I gotta say. That was great news for NoT today. Kind of what they needed as well. Gets Ember back in the game. Doesn't get him a whole lot of CS, but the 2 kills kind of making up for the lack of CS. And Goody can now take over this mid lane, get a few lulls, get a few last hits, build towards a Soul Ring, some Arcane Boots, whatever he may want. Ewo. Just got to be careful. Has that blink out with a wand, but all it takes is a silence and he's dead. Although I say that there's no fear coming out from the Night Stalker. It's maybe just the threat of a silence, which you're not really sure if he has, that can be the problem. And Zewa getting pressured once more. There's going to be a blink out. He's just got the level 1 blink still, but... Actually, no, they're about to say they actually saw him there. Ewo, 8 seconds, still has no blink, and they're going to kill here. No TP this time. Bottom lane, meanwhile, no in. They've gone on Ritsu. His TP rotation looks like C9. Not going to be able to get anything out of this one. Turn around for the Necrophos to Reaper down the Jakira. Need another Death Pulse at least to get that, and I don't even think with the Death Pulse it would have been enough. Just level 2, a very unusual build coming out from Necrophos. 2 in Death Pulse, 2 in Heartstopper, and the 1 point in Sadist at level 6. Heartstopper, great for the harassing the laning stage, but not exactly going to help you in a situation like we just saw. That's where you'd much rather have at least the 3rd point in Death Pulse. Normally you just see the 1 point in Heartstopper. Oh, SVG in some trouble. The snow coming in. Schofield going to lead the way, and SVG is going to just look for the neutral deny. Omni says, I don't think so, mate. And Last hits it with the Purification. Did scout out these stacks, but scouting out some stacks is not going to mean they can definitely contest them. And if anything, Not Today may look to farm it sooner rather than later now that they've been scouted. 6 kills to 4. It is going to be Not Today with the kill advantage, but you quickly see net worth-wise they are getting out-farmed. All 3-9 lanes have kind of, in some ways, come out on top. The Ember at least managing to salvage the mid lane with those 2 kills, but still getting out-farmed and beat down by the TA. Rex has treads now to go with this magic wand, and I think it was just more a lesson for C9. Okay, let's not dive the tower. We're not that far ahead, and only TPing in is very problematic. A great hero to kind of combo with an Ember Spirit. I'll farm up the stack right now, using the Sigil even to help them. Early point in that for Angel. Kind of like this deviation in the build you sometimes see, just going for no points in Sigil till like level 8 perhaps. You want to have 4 shots, 2 snowball, and then the ulti at level 7, but getting this early Sigil point does help with the neutrals there, just blocking a lot of their damage output. They have not very low attack speed to begin with, so we'll see what the next move will be. SVG. Let's put that position Venomancer. You can see him sucking as far as farm. And something he probably won't see adjusted for some time. He'll definitely want to go back for a minus at some point. If not a minus, at least be given a lane to get some farm so he can get up either utility items or build towards the Ag Scepter. Doesn't have to be an Ag Scepter. Items like Force Staff can also help out a lot against the lineup, not today's. 6 on night early on, so handy to get all these early levels. Definitely the weak point of the Omni pick is always the lane stage. The TP in mid. Looks like just coming to protect Schofield, who took a big meld strike. And also theoretically looking for a TA kill here, but it was scouted out by the trap on the high ground, and TA will just go back, stack some Ancients, and head back towards the mid lane. It's Midas o'clock. Darkseid gets 1 and immediately used on a big creep here. Could become a game of Midas's very quickly, with the Night Stalker, even a Venomancer, potentially Midas heroes as well. There's a support Venomancer who's now going to start looking to jungle up this big camp. Elsewhere you've got Ritsu in the jungle. This is something kind of talked about. See, I love to do this, where Ritsu will rotate in the jungle and you give 1437 lane to farm. He takes over the solo XP, gets some farm here, especially during daytime, so this will probably last until about the 12-minute mark. And this Ritsu really feels he's not getting enough farm in lane, but also similarly, 1437 may just get harassed out of this lane, so it may just become unmanageable for him. Decent farm on the offlane Jakira. It's probably one of the more successful lanes as far as Not Today are concerned. For a fast Trickles mech. Just 300 gold away from the mech, just no pressure going Jakira's way, but I think for C9 it's for the better. They've found kills the Quap and the Ember instead, and happy to give at least Not Today for now a decent mech timing as a result, because they haven't been under pressure and steer this bottom lane as much as they have the other lanes. TP towards mid, me Brax. Oh, he got so wait, he's gonna TP out. Oh dear. It's a big commitment. That's a 2-minute cooldown now. There's going to be a 5-minute forward scope once in. Sees Brax, and that time comes out. The game are going to be off the mark because of the sleight of fist dodge. Oh, the ice shots work against him. What a disaster. There's a Reaper now. Are they going to go for it? Not quite enough damage yet. Death Pulse will slow him down. Nope, not going to get the kill. Flame Guard, I believe, protecting him from that one with the Reaper damage being largely blocked. Needed a few more right clicks, it seems. Not just the Reaper. Very close to getting killed there. Neither team end up losing anyone. Angel, his ice shards, up until then, had been very good this game. And one there working against the Ember, who otherwise should have been able to kill the Night Stalker. There were 2 points in 100 of the net, so he did have a lot of movement speed going his way. We'll see. Not today. Continue their pressure at bottom. This did free up more space for the hero to farm and pressure this bottom tower on level 8. We'll see this max liquid fire now come out on the one bottom. C9 need heroes down there pronto, or we'll be looking at an early tier 1. I was about to say, curious to see what build we're going to have out of a Necrophos. Is a point booster. Felt like an okay game to get something like an Atos, but I guess, oh, not that great. I guess Quap and Ember both have mobility spells which can kind of bypass the movement speed slow. Ember with Fire Remnants. If he's already got one up, you can't really push out a Fire Remnant while you're Atos. Quap is Blink. Tusk has the snowball mobility, and Omni, well, he's not really worried about getting slowed. He's at the back lines. Jakiro, I guess, tanky as well. So maybe not a great Atos game by any means, but always a nice item for Necro just because it gives you HP and mana intel. So 2 things the hero benefits a lot from. Point Booster, similarly though, does the same thing and can build into more useful items for this game, be it Octarine Core or Fast Ags. To wait and see what exactly he has in mind with the point booster. Sometimes even you see a casual point booster, then you go for something else and come back at the axe later. SVG now going to be juggling up this ancient camp with Brax. The reconnect comes in from Omni Knight, so Brax first Mythril Hammer online. Say first, very rarely would you see a TA go for a BKB rush, especially after the start Brax had. Playing a game to be pulling out the fast Deso. Better at pushing towers, finding kills, taking Roche, whatever it may be, and Necrophos denies the bottom tier 1. I mean, that tower was full HP just a minute ago, and all it takes is a few liquid fires and suddenly it gets down to deny range. Not really in a position to defend it as C9 were elsewhere on the map. Brax farming Ancients, Darkseid with a Midas isn't really fighting shape. Will be good to go soon. And as a result of the Midas, he's much higher level than he otherwise would be. I like the Midas pickup, it just delays C9's timing by a bit, where that T1 tower just had to be dropped. Couldn't really contest it as a result. Oh, they've seen 1437 here, this ward. Not a ward you'd expect for the dark side, and as a result, 1437 may get put out his snowball, will catch him, or his punch. Queen of Pain blinking, and that's, well, a kill. He pings it out, he's like, what the hell? There's a Dire Ward on this hill. Who does that? Very rare spot for a Dire team to have a ward at this early on in the game. You sometimes put it up here once you've lost your tier 1 mid, your tier 1 bottom, but putting it up there this early, it works out great for them. It's just why it caught 1437 by surprise, because that is not a common ward spot. He thought he could just swoop on through planet and get out. And a good ward for Radiant, because it helps you push the bottom tier 1, helps you kind of contest the Ancients. Problem is now Dire team know that he just planted that as well. It did get pinged out. So definitely likely we'll see a sentry purchase just for the D ward there. Although both melee supports not really ideal for the task. G37 smoked up, looking to roam into the jungle here. Actually going to swing back mid lane. DDX on the Jakiro has it back. He's tanky. Could turn this one around. The macro there. Reaper kill not going to be enough. 1437 now getting snowballed. Push back. Great ice shards on 2 shots. Save. Gets a double. And Omni Knight actually securing the kill. I'm guessing, yeah, Purification. Double kill. Goody. Now 3-0. Today are finding the kills. They're making some great counterplays. The teamwork's been on point. It's just been an issue of the farm. Darkseer with a Midas. free farming away. TA with ancient stacks free farming away. And Necrophos, not really free farming so much, but at least decent farm on him. He's out farming any of these Dire heroes despite having a 0-1-0 score. That's really, to me, the big picture right now. Cloud9 in control of this game despite getting killed a few times and despite getting a bit too aggressive and getting punished for it. Demon will find his way away from the Dire Shards. Looks like things should kind of piece together from here for Cloud9 when they get the mech on the Darkseer as the kind of key item for me. Didn't even bring in Darkseer towards that mid fight, which turned into like a 5-man Not Today rotation. Everyone there except Ember, who has boots of travel now, so he can rock up to these fights. Oh goody, it looks like he was trying to put down a ward in this Radiant jungle. Either someone to kind of scout out the big camp, or even further to the tier 2 tower. 1437, nice little Ice Shards block. Keeps him in place, but I'm sure Angel's asking, where's actual backup here? This Melt Strike could do a lot of damage. There's a oh, the Sigil saves his life. I'm like, okay, Brax needs another right click, he'll get it, but the Sigil actually
Dire's bottom tower.
saved that one. Prevented Brax getting a second attack off.
Radiant's top tower is under
Gonna be the tier 1 tower at mid where they next look to pressure. C9 for now probably content with the pace of this game. Even the few kills they're giving up have not been decisive ones that have really led to anything. We haven't seen Not Today take more than the tier 1 bottom tower, which C9 traded for previously for the top tower and also just for farm on their cores. The tier 1 mid kind of the first big objective for them. I know Not Today are going to be concerned about the TA Roche factor. They've got an okay Roche lineup themselves with the liquid fire, but the actual damage output from the heroes not exactly great for bringing Roche down. Physical damage, not something they'll have much later on when Ember starts picking up items. Smoke up, they are headed top, and looks like 1437 and Ritsu are going to be the ones they want to go, and they'll catch out Ritsu. Fire Remnant in, then there's going to be a snowball as well. 1437, you got to get out, my friend. Operation. Ditch the Necrophos. It will be a dead Necro scouted out, brought down, and C9, it does add up slowly, these kills, and that's where it is kind of catching up. Wop is still in the vicinity of these kills, but here we go. Brax finds a DD, he sees 4 or 5 heroes top, he's like, okay, that Q Roshan. Grabbing Aegis himself and takes it and will immediately TP home. It looks like that to me suggests he wants to gear up, defend top, although the tier 1 will die too fast for him to be able to do anything. Surprised to see him not go for the bottom tier 1. I guess Ember was there, and there were many of heroes who could actually TP and defend that one. So C9 just sticking to the game plan of farming. Darkseer, the top net worth hero right now. Mech up level 11 as well. I believe highest level in the game. Actually TA with the solo Roshan managed to just surpass him at level 12. And they're not stopping the tier 1, they're not the tier 2 as well. At some point C9 have to say enough is enough. Let's defend some towers. Not Today's lineup geared for taking towers and fighting right now with Jakiro having a mech and max ice and max liquid fire. And also just this is the time where Ember can really be strong. 37 gets a bit close, reveals I believe the makings of a smoking. They don't go on him, although maybe could have, considering Darkness was on cooldown. This time around they will blink Shadow Strike, just a bit of casual cloak and harass. Gonna pressure him at this lane so they can swing bottom or even into the jungle to get down some wards. And Schofield on the Ember, who's now got a Perseverance and actually just 1300 gold away from Battle Fury. A few more towers and he'll be there. This is really where the tower money has turned around the fact that Not Today didn't have all too great a farm. C9 are just looking to prioritize efficiency, farming jungle and elsewhere. Whoa, Quap, that's not the blink. Not the blink you wanted. Rex is looking for this one. One more right click. Ewo successfully baited him in though. Managed to barely juke it out. Oh. They're pinging the spot. He went for the TP. He could have actually gone. The Searing Kings were on cooldown. How patient will they be? Sentries coming out, and I believe they can get this kill. They know Brax. If Brax looked to TP, they didn't see him. He went invis before they came high ground, and they didn't see the TP. They plant these sentries, and it looks like Brax. Yeah, he sees it. He goes in on the Omni Knight. No GA available. That's a lot of damage output coming from the TA. This could be an Aegis spot. Here comes C9. They've all rotated here. They're ready to back Brax up. Can they actually get in on this one? Poison Nova at the ready. Brax needs to refract again. It's still on cooldown. Sonic Wave will bring him down, and now the fight will unravel as Necroforce trapped inside a nice shot. He has gone back for the 8, and we'll see if they can chase down, get some more. Wall is nice with the Poison Nova. The snowball goes forward. Wall's punch up in the air. Ritsu's got a Reaper though. Uses it on the Tusk. Doesn't get the kill out of it. They can only barely get him down in the end. As the Reaper did not get the kill, and they're losing here as well. I wonder, Ember. Ran it forward, not sure that's the direction you want to go. Necro brings him down. Oh no! It's all started so well and ended so poorly. Not today. 2 for 2, but it's only getting worse as the Ritsu Necro cleans up. Diving deep was what, 1437, trying to bring down Omni? Looks like the Queen of Pain salvaged that one, and goody. Not going to be able to stick around too much longer. He is very low on HP. Necro wants the tier 1 and could get it if not for the fact Tusk was about to respawn. Very scrappy fight, if not for the fact that they killed the T8 twice before the fight even really begins. Not today would have probably found themselves getting beat down worse than they did. And instead it was, what, even 3 for 3 fight. C9 gonna pick up Blink Dagger for Darkseer, who's after that hit level 14. Ritsu, top levels in the game. MSS is so far been very solid on the Darkseer. And what I told you, it's Midas gaming time. We've got 2 Midases, and we're looking at a third as Nightstalker picks up a Gloves of Haste. Veno and Darkseer, not enough. They say we need more Midases. And it definitely fits with the playstyle. It's been a game of farm for them from ever since the lane stage broke up. They've just been going for farm, while Not Today has been grouping up a bit more, taking towers with the Jakiro. Different way of playing from C9. And the kind of way we're used to seeing them play is slightly more greedy and focused, especially with their supports. They start off helping out the lanes, but once they get space to get some farm, very much it's a team that likes to kind of split the wealth, not just between their calls, but also towards the supports. For now, though, this is the catch-up period for them, where they had that slow start and looking to get some of it back. Queen of Pain just picked up a Lincoln's now. Saw the ulti orb and Voidstone, was thinking we'll in for a Lincoln's Hex Rush. We'll have to see how this Lincoln's works out. It's going to stop some of the pesky Nightstalker spells, but you Void and then you've got a Silence. It does mean you haven't got the nuke damage when the Silence comes out. Similarly, you can block a Reaper, but Atos, this is like the dream I would cancel it, because I just don't feel like this was a Lincoln's game for Queen of Pain. Atos, possibly the best Lincoln's break in a game, as far as items go, and even as far as non-items go. It's one of the best ways of breaking a Lincoln's. It's got huge cast range.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. Cliff Ward coming up along the side here. Will Not Today try and fight this one. Doesn't look like it. They TP out the Pain towards bottom. Brax will to meet her down there. Has a Blink Dagger. It's going to put a Refraction for now. Likely just to try and force a Blink escape from Ewo. Oh, Trapple slows. Oh, he catches him with the Blink. Great play from Brax. He's got a DD. He's going to get the kill. Oh, man. Queen of Pain just getting outplayed by Brax. And it's not been Ewo's game. Managed to get the kill earlier at bottom when Brax went in, but this time around it goes the other way. Brax With a DD, not really something you want to fight. Or they snowball in Schofield. I don't really know if this is actually going to work out well for them. Ember takes a penalty, gets 3-shotted. Where's the sigil? You need the sigil to fight Brax. Now it comes out. Another refraction in a second. He's going to go in. The vacuum's there. And Brax has got a 3rd. He's looking for a 4th. He's going to do it. Double kill for Brax. I'm pretty sure all 4 of them should have been credited to him. They all died in the bottom lane, and they all died because of Brax. Absolute beast mode on the TA. They even maxed Sigil earlier, completely different build from Tusk. But you gotta use it. Didn't use it until, well, 2 already had. The Quap got ganked. Could have used it to help the Ember out. And only used it when he was already down to half HP. Brax just 1v4'd, it felt like. MSS rocked up to kind of help him out towards the end, but he killed the first 2 on his own. He was killing Tusk on his own. MSS is actually just gave him that little bit of peace of mind. Not to mention the heals that he can provide, and now they're going to take a tier 1 and move on to the tier 2 tower. TP coming in from Schofield. Looks like they do want to defend this one. I'm going to say it's time to back off. We've got 3 Midases. We're in no rush to end this game. 7 to 8k gold lead, and that's with the Midases. So it's not really C9's strongest time to be fighting when you've got triple Midas. Although Brax seems to prove it, suggest otherwise. And I think that's the Octarine call coming in now for Necrophos. So puts all his spells on much shorter cooldown. The Death Pulse now down to 3.75. The Atos with a 7.5 second cooldown. That's always something you have to take into consideration with the Octarine. So it does affect the blink, Blink affects your items as well. Blink Dagger may be a possibility as the next time. Ritsu scouts out the smoke gang. He's tanky with his Octarine call. TP could keep him alive. He actually gets out of the ice path as well. It turns around, throws, and now gets snowball. Still very healthy, even with Shockwave. He's still sitting on a 3rd HP. The vacuum is there with a wall. They're going to turn this one around. Tusk dead for 75. Venno drops a poison over the TP. Now, trying to save his own life. Barely get the kills. 2 for nothing. All off. The Necro picked up an Octarine call. He was so tanky. I believe they scout out the smoke. Actually, no, this ward does see past the trees. I don't know if this smoke was scouted out by NoT today. And C9 headed, it looks like straight to Roche. Wow, another DD, as if Brax hasn't had enough. The Braxton rune, apparently. You have the S4 haste, the Braxton DD, with how much this guy plays TA. He just knows he's going to get his DDs, it seems. Let's see, don't tell me TA is going to like be there waiting to blink. TA's like, nah, I'll get Roche. Let's focus on objectives. Passes his bottle over to Eben, and he'll pick up the Aegis for himself. 4k gold now on TA. I'm sure after some of the plays he's been making, he's like, I just want data list. Let's make some more flashy plays. Let's one a few more heroes. Safer option may be the BKB, but the more flashy one, the data list. And when I say flashy, it's not bad. It's definitely a viable choice here over BKB. BKB will help out against the Yule's Ice Path and just the Jakira in general. There's a lot of spells that the BKB does help against. You look at the Quap with Strike, Screams, Tusk, Snowball, Ice Shards, and all that. But by no means is the BKB like the item he should be getting. I think there's arguments for both BKB and a damage item of sorts. Going out bottom. Walks into a trap, in fact. Be a little bit careful here as he blinks backwards. And they pop the nighttime. Ritsu looking to maybe engage here. We've seen how tanky he is already. Reaper's there, one more right click. It comes too late. Oh no, Necro's the kill? Okay, 74 seconds. It came just in time. Goody now. No GA for him. He's being chased down by Brax. We'll keep an eye on the main fight. It's going to be NoT today losing another in the Tusk. I believe, yep, Omni ended up going down to Brax. Schofield trying to find himself out there. Has a remnant to escape. They lost the Venomancer. Didn't even get off the poison before he died. It looks like he... Well, the vacuum caught out the Ember as well on the high ground. Ewo and Schofield narrowly escape. Blink as well as another fire run. It will be there. Whoa, earn damage. He's gonna tick, 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 and he's down. Schofield has a TP in a few seconds here. He's got one more remnant. He may go back to the low ground. He's been found. The fist, silence, he's dead. Team wiped. Only a Venomancer. 1 for 5. C9. destroy Not Today, and yeah, we go. It's a Daedalus. I like what I'm seeing. Level 18 now. Brax is just out of control. And this is the stage where even the supports are starting to have some fun. Venno up to 7k net worth. With the Midas pickup, he's very close to an Ag Scepter. Night Stalker, not quite, yeah, similarly close actually. Yes, 1300 gold with the point boost. And now some tower money is going to go their way, so we'll see support Ag Scepters coming out in no time at all. It's fine. Going to keep control of this game, which I don't see any reason why that won't be the case. Lotus Orb pick up Ritsu on the Necrophos. So looking at what this can do here, can purge off the Searing Chains, Shadow Strike, I guess. Or I always got to kind of look at some of the spells you can reflect. If you're worried about a Jakiro initiating on you with the Yules, you can echo the Yules.
Dire's structures are
So we'll
fortified.
have to see how this is going to be a high impact item or not. It's good stats for him regardless. The armor always nice as well. Some games are just like, what item can I get that just gives me some armor? And Lotus Orb is one of the kind of cheaper options compared to something like a Shivers. And maybe just kind of experimenting. Still a new item. You get a lead like this, you're like, let's try Lotus Orb. Let's see how this works on Necrophos, or just in general, since it is such an item that hasn't been fully explored. I mean, you think about how long Dota's been played and how long it's been around, and new things being discovered continuously with items, heroes that have been there since day one almost, and an item that's been in the game for like 3 or 4 months. There's surely stuff people are going to keep figuring out about Lotus Orb. So we'll see. Ritsu go a little bit of a different direction, and for now, C9 still have an Aegis. We'll have to see if they try and take any key objectives with this. They've got only 1 minute left, so likely no more than maybe some of these outer towers, like we're seeing here at mid as well. Bottom still with tier 2 standing. Another reason not to get Shivers is that's likely the Darkseer pickup has a Mystic Staff. I guess can just as likely go for a Scythe of Vice. The Hex gonna, and maybe even more likely to go for the Scythe of Vice. Hex great against Ember as well as Squab. There we go. The Tusk did get brought down. Searing Chains do a whole lot to C9. And the other thing to keep in mind with the Lotus Orb, it's another item which benefits from the Octarine Core. So we're seeing a shorter cooldown on this, means more uptime. And curious to see how it does. Split push in bottom lane, that's a bit pesky. Dark goes back to defend. They're pushing high ground though without him. They say, Darkseer mate, you go defend, we'll take the base. So be a little bit careful about how they play. Brax's Aegis will be expiring fairly soon. And the Lotus Orb even comes out. I believe it gets rid of Liquid Fire. You can repel it off. Not 100% sure on that one. But it makes sense that you should be able to. Whether or not it's like a... You need like a hard dispel or soft dispel, whatever it may be. All kinds of weird mechanic rules around dispels. I'm not sure exactly how the Liquid Fire works, but... Definitely good against the Searing Chains as well as Shadow Strike. So here we go, Smoke O'Clock, and they want the TA. Though the H is expiring, there's going to be a snowball if Link does just manage to make it out. Now Nightstalk pops the ultimate. Just clips Brax, but he may just turn around and at this stage. So I'm not family enough to do that one, or not quite strong enough. Still has some room to grow, and there we go. You can see the Lotus in action. Schofield Battle Fury Yasha so far. We'll be looking for a Manta, it seems. One way of getting out of the Night Stalker's silence. That's the kind of most annoying spell for him to want a Manta off. And here come the Ag Scepters. This is where C9 suddenly have reached one of their peaks. They've hit the power curve, and they're going to hit it running right now. They've got map control. They can control the video game. One thing they probably want to do is pick up a gem, which they may wait for. Also, the next night. It's going to be another 2 minutes before it's nighttime again. By then, they should have a gem. So around 36 minutes, they'll have the vision control. They'll have double Ags, maybe even a third Ags with the Necrophos working on his, although he's still got a few pieces to go. I think they'll look to take control this game. Brax up to 3.9k. Hang off another Roshan before they go for a high ground defense, but definitely before Rosh, I think we can see them play the map control game. Oh, another D being pinged out. Like, hey Brax, dude, I mean, enough of these, here's another one. You're not today, and you see that, you're like, let's burn that as quickly as possible. And C9 happy to continue to slow roll things. Very disciplined play coming from them. It's organized, disciplined, and it's very efficient. They've been outfarmed their opponent from start to finish. Not saying where they gave up a few early game kills, even maybe dived under the tower, but they had such a cushion with their farm lead and were just so much better in the laning stage, winning all 3 lanes, that it didn't really matter too much. Yeah, but really got punished for going mid. Rex in the front lines. Yeah, okay. I guess you can echo the Searing Chain as well, not just dispel it if he Searing Chains. I'm not entirely sure. And I guess if he's inside a fish, you shouldn't be able to because he's invulnerable. So maybe only if he's using the Searing Chains normally. Lincoln from Brax looking for the one-shot. The Daedalus crit, I could see it happening. Or at least it being very close. Where's that Night Stalker gen? There we go, it's up now. Didn't scout this yet, we'll do so soon, there we go. Transit and we'll take it out. Bottom lane Ewa again going for some split push plays for a very defensive build. The BK and the Lincolns. Still no big for this Lincoln's pickup considering the fast Atos we see coming out. Oh, Brax gets the crit he was looking for. One Meld Strike followed up by a Daedalus crit, and that's an Omni down with no buyback. No GA for this defense. That's a big loss, in fact. And Quop says, I don't want anything to do with this. Schofield brings out the mantle, though I believe he got the uphill evasion against Brax there. Another Meld Strike. You've got to be careful. The Reaper's there. He's going to survive it. Brax damage, not quite what I thought it would be on the Ember. The Manta style giving some extra armor. Brax in the front lanes doesn't have Aegis. He's got to be careful. Easy. MSS not quite on point with the heal, and it was a little bit too late. So T goes down, and C9 give Not Today some breathing room to get some farm, get some up, push their lanes out. The Ember high ground defense always annoying, and Schofield leading the charge. And they're capping Roshan. Oh boy, that could be a big loss for C9. They definitely want to be scanning this one. I believe they'll be bringing the Night Stalker. They don't know for sure when it's coming up. Actually, they do. They've got the trap. So Dire Side are the ones who don't have vision and the knowledge. DC from Brax. So he's dead with that buyback. So 40 seconds on the sidelines. So quickly reconnect. Oh, shout to Kataro. Got the enemy boys in action. SVG. Snowball, they see him. Looks like they may get the kill here. The Poison Nova will do a lot of damage here. This is an Ag Scepter upgrade. 1437 loses some of his armor to the Solar Crest, and the block is there from the Ice Shard. Ritsu on the high ground gets up a Reaper. Gets the kill. Vacuum Wall now comes out, and that's going to be DDX and Goody in trouble. The Poison Nova with the Necrophos just destroying them. Who needs TA, they say. We've got an Ag's Venom. Balls a Night Stalker. To mention, more importantly, the Necrophos. The Atos will break the Lincolns from the high ground. Comes Schofield. It looks like they'll have nothing to stop his TP, but Templar Assassin respawning, and Roshan is up. C9 can look to take Aegis cheese now. Though Ember and Quop did not die during that fight. It was just the 3 quote supports. I say supports because it feels that way when they're all sitting down below this 10k net worth mark. Meanwhile, C9 side, you're looking at 3 very rich cores, even their supports close to 10k net worth, or at least approaching that mark. Kind of on the similar plane as the Jakiro. God, MSS is rich as well. This has been just a story of speed from C9 when you've got a Darkseer with 20k net worth, 38 minutes in the game. You just know they're just farming so much better than their opponents, and probably Sheepstick going to be the best item choice for Darky. will help just a lot against both Quap and Ember. Even with Quap having a Linken's. Ember himself, ultimate all picked up, maybe thinking he wants to go with the Manta stuff. It's another defensive item, which means that high ground defense without a data list will start to whittle away. Daxi still holding his money, hasn't committed to anything just yet. Into Roche we go. Shad's come out. We'll actually block them somewhere inside. See this one here, Brax. Not going to be able to kill it off. They're so confident they can go for this. They've just done this in play division with the Not Today heroes. But Not Today, what can they do? Contest this. They're all TPing down here. They really want to. 1437 will give them the vision advantage though, and fighting into poison over at the pit does not seem like it's going to be a good idea. Plague's helping take out the Sigil, which means without Sigil, this defense gets a whole lot trickier. 1437 still just kind of around the say screw Roach, let's go for the kills. Ritsu in. Okay, they chase him down. It's going to be Angel getting Reapered, and that's an 86-second respawn timer. The Ag Scepter now picked up for Ritsu, and it looks like they're going to chase down a few more. Not today, aren't careful. Braxix a lot of damage. Gets the BKB off. One Meld Strike, one right click. That's killing Omni. Next up is DDX, and DDX dead as well. Double kill for Brax. Schofield needs a remnant out. Does have it. That's the freshly purchased Lincolns helping him a little bit there. Bob just said, I'm out of here as soon as the Sonic Wave was thrown and went to bottom lane to creep, skip, and push. C9 do pause things up here. Right, the successful team might possibly some lag issues, some PC issues, whatever it may be. Brax was DCing a bit earlier, so I'm not exactly sure what it is, but for now, C9 still in a very commanding lead, 20,000 gold plus net worth advantage. It looks like the call is that they're ready to go. So back at the Roshan pit, Brax will finish this one off. Grabs off an Aegis, probably put cheese on someone else. Wants to see if Necro wants to make some room for it, or maybe SVG will just be the character of cheese for now. That will be the case. Man, brutal. Won't even let your Venom get the regen rune. Cool, MSS. On the Quap. BKB was actually used. Dang. Because he had the vacuum, so he just wanted to BKB TP considering how low he got. And now it's time. Do you buy anything here? Sell your bottle, pick up a Hex, or to go a different direction? There we go. Here's the Hex. That's what I was expecting. Pick up a Void Stone, run to the side shop, or the secret shop, and get the Hex for the high ground push. Still, Not Today will have their full force for the defense. To mention a freshly purchased AC out of Queen of Pain. 1437 will just take out a little sentry here, and Brax will get to chip with the tower. Last time this did not go off for him. He can't rely on the reaction very much. Very easily burned away. Lotus Orb will come out, help him out a little bit. Does look like it does purge off the liquid fire. The continuous sleight of fist spam. Always annoying. Lincoln broken. It's the ATOS being used for this, and gotta be careful on the front lines here. Yep, Schofield. That's just flying through the air chasing him. It's gonna be one of the scariest things to see come like flying through the air at you. Does have a decent amount of armor now with Lincolns and Manta. A lot of Agi stats giving him about 14 armor. Again, the Link's break so easy when you put this ATOS. Are we feeling like he needs it? And the Blink Hex could be coming anytime soon. Nothing to get rid of the repel though. Maybe a little bit of time for the repel to bring off. There'll be that small little window where you can hex him up. Brax now. There's vacuum wall on 4 MSS. He's done it. He's found the opening. GA comes out, and that's going to be the SVG poison nova now doing most of the damage, at least until GA wears off. Then Braxton will go back in slide, doing a lot back at 9. They've actually lost 2 here. They're forced to retreat. Lincoln's gets broken, but they're on the back foot. Buyback from the Tusk. So far, 2 for 2. Brax still with Aegis. Could go back in here, but taking heavy damage. The AC giving that extra bit of armor to really help him out. Brax now getting a BKB, the Searing Chains, cool. MSS doesn't get the kill onto Evo. It's Brax getting Not Today's Angel. 2 kills go onto him. The next Reaper in 15 seconds. MSS trying to bring the Quap. Thud, 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 go Darkseer punches. And they haven't broken this base. They're actually kind of struggling to break the base, if anything. Brax, again, taking constant magic damage. He's just going to burn through the ages here. Looks like they will catch up Schofield. This time around, he's got no protection. The Reaper brings him down. Oh dear, 2 minutes without the Ember Spirit. No buyback available because of the Reaper. And with no Ember, there's no real defense. Cheese gets dropped. Who's that going to be to? It's the Darkseer. He's going to pop it immediately, and it looks like they want to get some of the kills onto the defenders here. Make life a little bit easier. Jakira's use will make this a bit trickier as Brax is forced to commit under the tier 4 towers. Still gets the Metal Strike, the gem on the ground. Brax claims it, forcing out a Jakira buyback, and now C9. It looks like they've taken over this dire base. They are the ones in control, they say. As mid lane of Rax gets taken, they hasten towards top. Now the Reaper up in 5 seconds. They know this Ember is dead for a good minute plus. There's no buyback available, and if they want, Blame will be the next target for them. No creeps in base though. I'm not sure. This should have backdoor protection. They can go for the kills instead though. And I'm sure that won't bother C9 one bit at all. The creep now pushing down the mid lane. They're going to get another Reaper kill. Jakir out of the picture. 100 seconds dead. Tusk looking low as well. He goes down to the Darkseer illusions. And top lane of Rax likely going down. Definitely going down. I feel it shouldn't be coming back from the double lane of Rax. They're 2 out farmed. And now they're going to be 2 pressured with 4 Rax down. C9 secured themselves game 1 of this best of 3. Took them some time, but doesn't really feel like Not Today could get their foot in the door with the farm steps they were just up against the whole game. You can kind of see by the graph. Started off like not bad for C9. Once they kind of started winning fights and getting that, well, it was all Brax really. Like triple kills was 1v4ing in the bottom lane. Brax was, to me, the big play in this game for them. And the rest, he just knew they could play the farm. They didn't have to go for kills. They didn't have to really look for the counter team fights and win those early team fights. They just played the efficiency game, played the farmer, and come out on top. Wow, a bit of a fun little item now. Radiance for the Necrophos. And the damage, I feel like it's sort of 100% trolling item. There is some legitimacy to it. One thing you get is chance, which you can apply, so it gives you a little bit of evasion, but the burn damage looks synergized with Heartstopper and all that. But all in all, not a serious item, not something you'd see if not for the fact they had such a big lead. So a slightly trolly item coming out of Ritsu here on the Necrophos. And we'll see them take this last outer tower in the last tier 2, which isn't really the issue here. The issue is they've already lost 2 lanes of Rax, and we'll see Necro run in now. The Snowball going to force him into their team here. They can definitely bring down Angel, if not for the full start. Nice, a little bit safe here. C9 though should still find a high ground here. The Ember, the one big problem. If they can get a Reaper out on him, we're looking at all kinds of issues. I know we're going to just blink backwards. It looks like C9 may decide to delay this push for now. Brax being healed back up a bit. Broken one Lincoln. Since the Atos again, they'll just keep spamming this Atos out onto the Lincolns. Make it hard to defend yourself against the dark. Blink, vacuum wall, MSS. He always does it. How did he always do it? 3 vacuum wall. Last time it was the 4-man, but great ulti after great ulti coming out. The MSS Darks. He finds a way. Foot dead, and that's GG. Game 1. Clean for C9. Pretty comfortable game, I gotta say, for C9 all in all. Although not today, they showed some fight, especially in that early to mid-game stage. They had such a bad laning stage, it looked like it was going to be over at 20-30 minutes, but they turned around the bad laning stage. I think Goody on the Omni Knight especially being kind of key with some of his rotations and just being in the right place, but ultimately they were 2 out farmed, and C9 just excel in those kind of games where they're just controlling the map, getting a lot more out of everything, and just able to get ahead. Ember can stall and buy time with his high ground defense, but you really need that secondary core as well. The Queen of Pain, I don't feel like had a very big impact this game. Especially, I think, because of the item build. This Lincoln's BKB into AC, just too defensive, too passive, and they need something with a bit more firepower, a bit more pizzazz. But that's it. Game 1 goes the way Cloud9. We'll take a break, guys. We'll come back with game number 2. You're watching the Summit for Americas. And I'm Gods from BTS, and I'll be bringing you guys game 2 shortly.